and rows and rows. We used to work those rows, man, hoeing sugar beets. Rows and rows and rows.
This is Mission, Texas, where Carlos lives with his wife, Libby. They're both social workers who work with migrant families.
The valley is the poorest county in the nation. Income here in the valley is very low. While other states are paying $8, $7 an hour, state wages, we're still making, a lot of the people are still making $5.15 an hour.
The valley is the kind of place that people don't go back to. It isn't so much that people don't want to go back as much as you don't want to go back to a place that is difficult to make a living. In a way, it's not that different from people from Mexico who come up here who are always talking about going back, but then their kids are born here. You know, they never end up going back because everything is here.
When we were up working in the fields, this trucker, he wanted us to work faster, pick more cucumbers so he could get more loads and this and that, you know. He started putting us in the middle of the roads where the truck was going so he could move the truck faster. He did that a couple of times, and then Mom says, no, you're not going to have my sons working their butts off so the truck can go faster and so we can continue going faster. So, and the guy started giving her hell, and she just says, ¿Sabes qué? She threw the cans of where the harvest of cucumbers, and she took all of us, and we started walking out, and then people started following us. I remember one gentleman said, "Ese Rosa," she would say the guy.
When I ran in 73, your mother was one of my leaders. And she said, we're going to help you and we're going to get you elected. And sure enough, I got elected. What she had was that she put the inspiration on all of us. Because she was real positive all the time, and we're going to win. And anytime you hear we're going to win, you need that push, I guess you want to call it, to get to the level that you really believe. And she was real good about doing that for us. And not only did she talk, but she also did the walk. She did the walk. She was a hell of an organizer.
I wanted to come see this band because these guys are from my old school, Edcouch-Elsa High.
You were born in, where's that for?
In Elsa, actually.
You were born in Elsa?
Yeah, in Elsa.
Wow.
Your wife was telling me that you were part of the 69 with the walkout.
The 68 walkouts, yeah.
No, man, really? A lot of my family was there.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, you were in the 8th grade?
And you walked out in 8th grade?
Rights protest by Mexican-American students in Edcouch, Texas, has spread to 2 other locations in the Rio Grande Valley. The story of that movement from Ed Rabel.
This is the Rio Grande, which flows the length of the Rio Grande Valley. The practice here has been one of domination, the Anglos dominating the Latins. But the Mexican-Americans say that day has ended, that they are on the move, that they will have a piece of the action.
There was sort of like this, "Hey, Peña, did you hear about the walkout?" And we would say, "What's a walkout?" And say, "Oh, yeah, a bunch of students want to make known they were not happy with the conditions of the school." It became more than everybody realized it was going to become, because then you started getting a lot of television stations. And the tensions began to escalate. And I remember that other parents were going in there and they were telling their kids, "You better apologize, you better go in there and tell them what they want to hear," and that kind of thing. And some parents were even crying, and the 2 students were crying. My mother was the opposite. She basically was bringing us boxes of sandwiches.
She wouldn't back off, that's for sure. I mean, because she was a man and the mother of the house. She wouldn't back off.
We had seen her angry at certain injustices over the years. I think we knew that she identified with the same kinds of feelings that we were feeling.
We were like an awakening minority. You know, we were starting to waken up.
The school dispute exemplifies the new spirit pervading Mexican Americans who live along this river. The Mexican Americans here hope their new spirit will bring a better life to them. Ed Rabel, CBS News, in the Rio Grande Valley.